From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Evening Edition.
We'll begin in Oakland tonight, where the subject of crime brought people out to a town hall meeting with Alameda County DA Pamela Price. Residents say they want to know what steps she's taking to restore safety. Our Dawn Lynn was in Oakland and has this report.
Almost everyone who attended the town hall agreed crime in Oakland is getting really bad. They came here looking for solutions.
The crime has escalated to the point where no one feels safe.
Many longtime residents admit Oakland has always had a crime problem, but say never this bad. Some came to offer solutions.
You need to expand the hours of your victims' advocacy service and the services that you provide for mental health.
About 75 people attended the meeting at the Cornerstone Missionary Baptist Church in the Laurel District. Julian Hurd lives in the area and owns a bar near Lake Merritt. He says it's hard to do business when customers are scared to come spend money.
Compassion, that don't work with criminals.
He wants the DA to hold criminals accountable, which he says Price has so far failed to do.
Her talents will be better in the public defender. I mean, why do you run for a job to prosecute people and you don't want to do that job? I mean, that's kind of oxymoron.
But Price supporters like Diane Campbell say voters put her in to reform the criminal justice system. They say it's wrong to blame the DA for the rising crime.
They do the crime, they should do the time. And I think that she's just trying to look at the whole entire picture. The answer isn't necessarily giving them another 50, 60, 70 years on top of what they've already done.
She agrees with the DA's policy to not add enhancement in criminal cases. She's against the recall effort.
They're upset, but I think that they have to give her a chance. It's not an easy fix.
Price says her office added mental health resources and expanded on other services to prevent criminals from reoffending. While she did not address the recall effort in the meeting, she wore a red button that says, "Stop the Republican recall."
Where are these Republicans coming from to recall her? It's the people who live here that ain't happy with her policies. I mean, she can frame it any way she wants, but they would have to fly some Republicans in.
She declined to answer any questions from the press. Your reaction to the recall, please. Your reaction to the recall.
Excuse me, thank you. Excuse me. Please back up. Please back up. Thank you.
It's a space that we're all allowed to be in.
Thank you. No, I don't want you to trip over each other.
That's okay.
You're going to trip over each other.
You're going to make us. DA Price, is there a reason why you want to answer any questions? Your button says stop the Republican recall. Can you explain why? Pamela Price will have another town hall in about 2.5 weeks. Oakland's mayor and acting chief are scheduled to join that public meeting.
Well, Dog gave it his best shot. Price will have another town hall in about 2 weeks when Oakland's mayor and acting police chief are scheduled to join her. Last month, Price and the Oakland police hosted a public safety meeting that got heated as residents confronted them about the rise in crime. Meanwhile, a driver accused of killing a Livermore grandmother while fleeing the police back in 2022 will not be getting the deal that Price offered to him. That deal would have made 20-year-old Sekou Brandon Jr. a free man in about 1.5 years. But yesterday, a judge rejected that plea. The victim's family says that they were told it was too early in the adjudication process to make a deal. And the judge wasn't convinced the deal was ethical. As for the family, they felt left out of the entire process.
They did not care about what we had to say. They were completely apathetic to our situation, and they were just going to push forward the plea deal whether we liked it or not.
Family will be attending the next court hearing at the end of September. Taking a live look now at San Francisco, the city has been fighting against a doom loop narrative, and a new Gallup poll on city safety paints a bleak picture of the city. People were asked how they view 16 U.S. cities in terms of safety. Nearly half say they consider San Francisco unsafe. Dallas had the best marks. Detroit was at the bottom. And with a lot being said lately about the social and economic spiral that San Francisco has been suffering since the pandemic, an anonymous individual was set to conduct what was called a doom loop tour. Basically, the tour would be showing off all of the worst aspects of the city. But as John Ramos reports, things turned out a little differently.
I was all set to hear how terrible the city of San Francisco was, but then something funny happened on the way to the doom loop tour. some unexpected positivity broke out. This is where the Doom Loop tour was scheduled to begin, in front of City Hall. It was advertised as a chance to get close and personal to the doom and squalor of downtown San Francisco. But at the appointed time, no one from the Doom Loop tour had shown up. And that's when things took an unexpected turn.
And when we heard this tour being advertised, we thought that let's show them how to do a Tenderloin style. We don't engage, but we wanted to make sure that, that the wonderful things about this neighborhood are also highlighted.
Instead, about 50 people began a free walking tour of the Tenderloin, accompanied by a man who is well known here, the so-called mayor of the Tenderloin, Del Seymour.
They describe our situations in the Tenderloin as a bunch of encampments. My people aren't camping. That's what we have offered them to live, and we haven't come up with alternatives. And when you walk through the neighborhoods this morning, remember, you're walking through someone's bedroom.
Yes, there were people living on the sidewalks, and some were taking drugs, everything the Doom Loop tour advertised. But Siobhan Allen thought it would be a cheap shot for someone to make that the entire focus.
But one thing that we know is not to use human suffering as a way to make money and to highlight people's suffering in order to make a point.
So Seymour pointed out the positive as well, like the towering affordable housing that doesn't exist in other parts of the city. He guided the crowd past the theaters that bring Broadway shows and iconic musical acts to the area, and took them into the center of the glistening Trinity Place, the largest housing development in the city with its massive sculpture of Venus de Milo. And while nonprofits are often criticized, Elgin Rose, who founded a support group for Tenderloin fathers, says they're at least trying to make a difference on the streets.
A lot of people just want to collaborate and come together and get it solved, but we got to stop dumbing it down on what is happening. It's happening, but if people want it better, and it's not acceptable.
The tour ended at the Code Tenderloin Career Center, a full-service facility working to get people back on their feet. Seymour says the idea of pointing fingers and focusing on San Francisco as a doom loop is self-defeating.
We are so polarized as a city. I will not add to that polarization. That's stupidity. We got one problem, but we got two solutions. That don't work nowhere. We can compromise, and we won't do that. We won't go across the aisle.
No one is denying that San Francisco has serious problems. It's not the entire story, but if that's what you want to see, it's right there in plain sight. You can save yourself the price of a ticket.
After 3 decades, Nordstrom will close their flagship store in downtown San Francisco tomorrow. A spokesperson for Nordstrom said they're closing the store because of the changing dynamics of downtown. Nordstrom has been an anchor in Union Square since opening up in 1988. Westfield has started the process of transferring control of the mall back to the lender. The mall's former owner says that since 2019, they saw a 43% drop in foot traffic, and occupancy has dropped 55%. At least 22 businesses have closed or said they will be closing in downtown San Francisco this year. While stores are leaving downtown, one is bucking the trend. San Francisco's new IKEA is ready for business. They opened their doors earlier this week at their location on Mid-Market between 5th and 6th Streets near Union Square. Out in the East Bay, the Concord City Council is hoping the third time's the charm. At a special meeting today, the council selected Brookfield Properties to develop the former Concord Naval Weapons Station. Goal is to turn about half of that property, about 2,300 acres, into thousands of housing units along with commercial space. The rest will become a new regional park. The city had previously hired 2 developers, but both of those deals fell through. Flowers are being placed on Bob Barker's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The lifelong broadcaster was a fixture in American households for decades, most notably as the host of The Price is Right for 35 years.
Bob Barker! He was a staple on our televisions for 50-plus years. Best known for The Price is Right.
Time to play. Truth or Consequences.
And before that, the game show Truth or Consequences. Bob Barker, the always dapper, beloved, and infinitely huggable host of The Price is Right, died just shy of his 100th birthday at his home in California. Barker was already well known to TV watchers when he became the host of The Price is Right in 1972. He would spend 35 years at the helm of the popular game show, turning it into the longest-running game show in TV history. And when he finally signed off in 2007, it was an emotional affair.
I really had myself worked up in an emotional state, and I thought, I've got to go over there and do this show. Straighten yourself out, Barker.
Barker was also a fierce advocate for animal rights, signing off each broadcast.
You can help to end this tragedy by having your pet spayed or neutered.
With a plea for pet owners to spay or neuter their animals.
If I'm remembered at all in the years to come, they'll refer to me as that old man who was always talking about spay neuter.
Barker famously paid nearly $1 million to fly a group of elephants from the Toronto Zoo to an animal sanctuary in Northern California.
Can I leave these on, or it'll be... Yeah, leave them on. Right. It'll look more show business if I have.
And was remembered fondly for his activism.
He has been instrumental in changing the lives of animals, so that's sad to hear that, but yet in some ways it's kind of beautiful timing, you know? Yeah. So come on to adopt in honor of Bob.
Americans for more than half a century invited Bob Barker into their homes, the genial elder statesman of the game show game. Life dealt Barker a good hand, and he played it impeccably.
You know, what memories. Current host of The Price is Right is Drew Carey. And he paid tribute to Barker, saying it's a very sad day for the Price is Right family and animal lovers all over the world. There hasn't been a day on set that I didn't think of Bob Barker and thank him. I will carry his memory in my heart forever. At the same time, the largest pet adoption event of the year in Berkeley today comes at a critical time when a lot of Bay Area shelters are filled to critical levels. More than 200 pets were up for adoption. The event was organized by the Berkeley Humane Shelter, and over 20 shelters from around the Bay participated. We now know that the driver at a high-speed chase that spanned the Bay last evening was a teenager driving a stolen car. And over the course of 5 hours, the CHP said that he crashed into a number of cars and even hit a police dog. This all began after 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Highway 4. CHP said that they abandoned pursuit on I-80 for the safety of other drivers. The stolen car then sped across the Bay Bridge and into downtown San Francisco. Our chopper caught up to it as the driver then changed his mind and headed back to the Bay Bridge. Eventually, he abandoned the car and ran off in Richmond near Anderson Park. Police drove onto the field before finding the suspect at a nearby apartment complex where he surrendered at about 9 p.m. Also in the East Bay, a resource fair is helping out refugees from Afghanistan. The event in Union City was put together by several Bay Area nonprofits and East Bay Congressman Eric Swalwell. It's been almost 2 years since the U.S. pulled troops out from Afghanistan, and some families continue with the resettlement process.
There's a lot of new updates that's been taking place when it comes to immigration, re-parolee, a lot of resources out there that we wanted to combine it all together and have a one-stop shop for the community to be able to access, learn about what's going on, and be able to have direct access.
Other resources at the fair included citizenship and immigration services and health and dental service. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 11, or as Alfred Hitchcock would say once upon a time, good eve. See you at 11.